Okay, perhaps one last blather. This is to address my buddy Simon. Congratulations on getting your 450 BB back up in the air. If no worse for the wear. Seems like a pretty fun aircraft to fly around. This is my second pack on the 500 this morning, just trying to continue to get used to it. Excuse me, I'd like to get comfortable enough with it to sling it around like I do my 450, but alas. Rob, I'm looking forward to you getting yours up in the air. See what your impressions are. Go for a little walk, get out in the sun. Get the bird out in the sun where I can see it a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, it'll be neat to see your impressions of it. I think we have a couple on the boards that are already flying, but they're busy flying and not so much on the boards. I think there's a direct correlation between the winter months easing up and board participation from our northern friends here in the U.S. Yeah, they're happy to be outside, and I don't blame them. You know, I'm complaining about the heat, the eventual heat today, but man, oh man, at least you can find some shade. My northern brothers, there's just no relief from the cold. Chris and Jeff and all the other guys. Let's see if we can not dump it in front of our pals. Oh, I didn't want to stay level. Try that again. Yeah, glad. Hope you're doing well, and glad you got to finally get outside. There we go. It's so sensitive to the collective that boy, if you ain't dead on when you rotate, things go awry when you yaw. What else? What else? Goodness gracious. Rolled oats are good, but man, oh man, I think cardboard is where rolled oats actually comes from, not actual oats. So Rob, hopefully this ends your spate of actually having to work for a living, or I wonder how July treats you. Here in June, I'm going to take my newly rebuilt boat out for a week, and I've got to do some trailer maintenance. The trailer was used in salt water, and as you might know, that salt water and raw steel don't get along. And do some maintenance on it, which includes sealing it with what they call paint over rust paint. I'm going to use a chemical called Osmocote to, I guess, cook off the loose rust, and then just paint right over it. Let that get me by a few seasons. Trailers are expensive. Isn't that thing pretty? What a nice little beast. Yeah, I probably should have started out with one of these if I hadn't been so scared of them. Plus, at the time, they were a little more expensive than they are now. I think all up with this without batteries now is $225, and then you get into batteries, and that's another Cost me $120 to get the batteries. And of course I had to buy another charger. The AccuCell 6 is much better than the Eco 8 I might submit, although the Eco 8 has been behaving of late. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Formidable, isn't it? Beating the air into submission. I think the church crowd's getting over next door. I wonder if you can appreciate the scale when it's flying next to the size of a 450. Damn sure it's harder to lose it in the air. See that tail starting to chuck a little bit. That lets me know that the battery's probably getting a little low. And mercifully, I shall end my blather with this. See you tomorrow, guys.